Now that it's been over a day, you've had some time to let all of this sink in. What's going through your mind right now?
Um, not a whole lot. It's really just kind of decompressing, and had a lot to digest yesterday, and went home and spent the day with my family, and broke the news to my kids, and that was probably the toughest part of the day. But really coming back this morning, the sun came up, and I had a coach myself that once told me you get a day to feel sorry for yourself, and you pick up the next day and get back after it. So that's where I'm at today.
Just take it one day at a time now, or you take some time to decide what you're doing next, or
Yeah. I'm in no hurry right now. Really, it's it's when you're in this business, when you're in coaching, you're immersed in it. It's all encompassing, and it's kind of it's just such a focus. And right now, it's really just kind of stepping back from that, and seeing what comes up next. And I'm not in any big rush or big hurry. I just want to spend some time with my family, and get reacquainted with some friends and people, and take some time to digest things and see what comes my way.
sure, is there a possibility of staying with the Rebels, do you think?
Yeah, that's Brent and I discussed that briefly, and he wanted me to just take some time, and we decided we'd sit down in a couple of weeks and kind of see where that goes. And I really haven't given that any thought at this point in time. It's again, it's just been a busy 24 hours here, and I won't rule that out, but I at this point in time, I really haven't given a lot of thought.
Pretty impressive to see all the people come out and actually call you and talk to you. I mean, obviously the kind words about what you've done here.
I've been absolutely overwhelmed to the point of almost shock. Yesterday, it just happened so quick, and it's been coming nonstop, and friends and family, people from the community, fans, people from the hockey world. I've just been overwhelmed with the support that I've received, and people within our league. Just really, really touched, and really thankful for all the support, and as I said, just overwhelmed by it. I was really, really appreciative of every text, every phone call, every email, every message, and they're still coming. So it makes you reflect. It's really about the relationships, and I look back over the last 5 years as a head coach, but 8 years as a coach in this league with this team, and messages from former players and parents, and it's just, that's really, at the end of the day, what's important is those relationships that you build along the way, and that's what you cherish when it's all said and done. And I'm just very, very thankful for that, and very appreciative.
And the players as well in Toma. I mean, you talk to them about what's going on lately.
I've talked to Bryce. I haven't spoken with any of the players themselves, but I did speak with Bryce yesterday. I was the one that broke the news to him, so we had a little man moment there where it was a tough moment for both of us. We've been together for 5 years now, and we've become very good friends. When you spend as much time together as we have, and you're in the trenches together, you become pretty close. And Bryce will always be a very close friend, and what happened yesterday certainly won't change that.
What do you think about Brent Sutter made some comment about how you maybe lost the room or the message wasn't getting across? Is that how you felt things were going this season so far?
Yeah, I can't disagree with that. It certainly felt at certain points that we weren't performing well. We weren't performing well consistently, and Brent wasn't happy about that, and I certainly wasn't happy about that. And it certainly felt like at times there were the message was falling on deaf ears, and why that is, I'm not exactly sure. I spent a lot of time thinking about it, not just yesterday, but over the last 2 months, and I have my own thoughts and my own theories on that and why that is, and there's some things that are in your control, and there's some things that aren't, and you do the best you can with what you can control, and you try to work as much with what you don't, and let things fall where they may. And I did the best that I could.
Also, is there a leadership issue with the team this year? You're the coach. They let you go. The lead scorer is now on a trade, and you also traded your captain earlier this year. Is that where this is coming from? Is it a leadership thing?
You know what? I'm not prepared to comment on that. At this point in time, I'm no longer the coach of the team, so I don't feel it's my place to speak about the team or on behalf of the team. I think that's probably a question that's best left for Brent right now. So, no disrespect, I just don't want to comment on that.
Did you have any sense that this might happen?
Well, I think I wouldn't say that I was anticipating it, but certainly when you get into this business and you take on a coaching position, you know that this day can inevitably come, and it's not something you anticipate or that you expect will happen or that you want to happen, but you know that it can, and it's not something that I spent a whole lot of time thinking about, but at the same time, it didn't come as a complete shock either. So I won't say that that I expected it or anticipated it, but I wasn't entirely shocked, no.
Talking about people about what's happened, I mean, obviously they're not surprised that you may have a job sooner than later. I mean, it's obviously what you've done, what your reputation with Hockey Canada, and the things that you've done. I mean, that your resume speaks for itself.
Well, as I said, I was really, really taken aback by the response yesterday, and the people in our league that called, and just again very, very grateful for that, and it really put things back in perspective. And am I gonna coach again? I don't know. I know I love doing it. I'm passionate about it, and yet I'm also very passionate about my family, and I'm very passionate about living here in Red Deer. It's been this has become my home. I played here as a player myself in the mid-'90s, and it became my home at that time. As a pro player, I came back to this area in Sylvan Lake, and my wife is from Rimbey. This is home for her, and it's become our home in the past 8 years. We've raised our family here, and we have a lot of friends here. We have a lot of ties, very entrenched in this community, and I've got a lot of different interests, and there's I love hockey, I love the game, and I'd love to stay in it, and yet at the same time it's not my complete identity either, and I'm open to staying in the game, and yet I'm going to explore some other opportunities as well, and if there's something else that's a better fit that will allow us to stay in Red Deer, then we'll look at that. And at the same time, if there's an opportunity in the hockey world that I can't turn down, then we may have to temporarily leave Red Deer. But I know right now that we love where we're at, and we're very happy here, and very thankful for the support that I've received here, and we're proud to call this home.
Can I just ask? Brent Sutter said it was kind of you were involved in the decision, and can you talk about that maybe? Like how you agreed it was best for the team?
Well, my message to Brent has always been that if the point in time came where I just didn't ever want this to be about me. Brent and I are very close on a personal level. He's a very good friend. I owe a lot to Brent, and he and I are very close. That's no secret. And yet I've always said to him that that I don't want that to interfere with business. I think he and I both have always understood that there's a separation there, and I've always been very forthright with him that if the time ever came that we had to separate that, and this was the best thing for the organization, that I didn't want him holding back on that because of our relationship. And so we sat down and we discussed the performance of the team and where things were at, and different things, and ultimately he made the decision. I wasn't I wasn't happy about where things were at either, but at the same time, as a coach, I've preached on my players from day one that you fight through adversity, and that you're going to go through situations that aren't always what you want them to be, and you have to stay with it. And I wasn't going to walk out the door and set the example, that you're going to quit on it. And I wasn't about to quit on anything, and I did the best that I could, and I stuck with it. And ultimately, if the decision was going to be made that I wasn't going to coach, it was going to have to come from Brent. So, he took the information that he had and the things that he needed to go through, and he made the decision.
From your perspective now, moving forward, what do you see this team capable of if they can perhaps get things together at some point?
Well, I don't want to speculate again. I'm out of it now. It's not my team. I'm removed, and I don't want to make any predictions or whatnot of where they're going to get to. What I can say is that I'm still a Red Deer Rebel. I always will be. This is the organization that I played in. It's an organization I've been tied to for a lot of years, and I will always be a Red Deer Rebel and always be proud of that. And what I can say is that I really do hope that they can get her going here and get the team back up to the level that we all want it to be. I want to see the players have success. I want to see the team have success, and I want to see the fans of this city get the opportunity to see the team they deserve.